Are you looking to meet and connect deeply with someone special, but afraid you might have to throw your vow of celibacy or promise of abstinence out the window? That's why I say join us here on heartonasleeve.com. We let our users take pride in their choices of celibacy and abstinence. In fact, our entire dating site is dedicated to promoting compassionate relationships with those who share similar values relating to the best methods of contraception and birth control, abstinence, and celibacy. Just so we're on the same page, yes, abstinence and celibacy are two different things. Sometimes they are used interchangeably, but they are in fact different. A mini lesson, shall we? For starters, our website encourages people to be proactive about their decision to be celibate or abstinent. We provide information on these two methods. It's hard on a sleeve. Make the right statement on your profile page. When most people think of celibacy, they think of church, nuns, priests, and the Vatican, maybe even asexuality, but that is not always the case. Many individuals do, in fact, choose to practice celibacy for moral and religious reasons. Those who dedicate themselves to carrying out religious and/or spiritual obligations refrain from sexual acts as a whole. Some also believe that sex should take place after marriage. Celibacy works best when there is a set time frame, so think about how long you will go without acting out sexual desires. As far as mechanisms go, unlike many other forms of contraception and birth control, there is nothing to consume orally like the pill, to insert physically like NuvaRing, or place over sexual appendages like condoms. Celibacy requires the individual to refrain from all types of sexual activity, making it the only method that is absolutely 100% effective in preventing both STIs and pregnancy when practiced correctly, meaning the individual is in control of the self and refrains from sexual activities. This practice is beneficial for many individuals and their wallets. There's no cost at all. Advantages include pregnancy prevention and STI prevention as mentioned earlier. Celibacy also helps to develop trust between partners and strengthens relationships. There is more time to focus on the significant other and bond on a deeper level that does not involve sex. There is also a development of self-awareness and self-reflection and possibly spirituality. On the other hand, if someone is having trouble with self-control and quieting the mind, the vow of celibacy, no matter how long, can be broken. Although someone has chosen the path of celibacy, one should still have the knowledge and education to prepare him or herself for what can happen in a moment of weakness. This method is more of a choice than something to be obtained. Make sure it is the right choice for yourself. Reflect on the purpose of your choice. Similar to celibacy, abstinence can be practiced for many reasons. However, abstinence, on the other hand, is a bit different. True abstinence involves refraining from sexual intercourse. This means that in many cases, and to many people, outer play is welcomed. Typically, this means refraining from vaginal intercourse, where sperm have the opportunity to come in contact with eggs. Similar to celibacy, there is no real mechanism of action. However, this ultimately depends on how you plan to practice abstinence. With that being said, individuals are allowed to take part in other forms of intimacy and express sexuality. This may include kissing, hugging, talking, massaging, and even oral sex, anything considered outer course. There are also varying degrees of abstinence. For example, some individuals may practice periodic abstinence, in which vaginal intercourse occurs when there is little to no chance in becoming pregnant. This method is based on fertility awareness, which is based off of a woman's reproductive cycle. When practiced correctly, abstinence can prevent pregnancy because there is no vaginal intercourse, which means that sperm and egg remain on separate playing fields. However, outcomes may vary if one practices periodic abstinence. This method can be free, but it can also cost a bit, depending on method and behavior. Advantages include pregnancy prevention and STI prevention, but only when sexual partners are tested and trusted. Abstinence can also lead to increased intimacy with a significant other and strengthened relationships. On the other hand, similar to celibacy, one should still have the knowledge and education to prepare him or herself for what can happen in a moment of weakness. When one practices abstinence, STIs can still be a concern. Abstinence does not exclude all sexual acts, and therefore individuals should be aware of his or her sexual health. Stay up to date with doctor appointments and get routine STI exams. This is another method of choice, self-control, and discipline. This is a very effective method, but remember to be safe. Think ahead. Will you need a dental dam or a condom to perform specific sexual acts? They come in flavors, you know. We encourage you to take control of your dating life here at Heart on a Sleeve. You don't have to be ashamed of the choices you make in your sex life. Be confident, be bold, be honest. Wear your heart on a sleeve. So sign up now. It's free to join. Just go to www.heartonasleeve.com and open. An honest heart is waiting for you.